Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This time we are covering what I missed because I went camping with the family. So, San Diego Comic Con, we have MK1, Year 2, MK1, Big Patch, W Patch. Diablo 4, I'm getting burned out, so I can't, it's very difficult for me to want to stay motivated to actually try and kill Lilith, even though I'd very much like to kill her. I am burned out. So, what do we got for the MK side of things? Well, we have Ghostface, Conan the Barbarian, the T-1000, and we have Robert Patrick playing the T-1000, and we have our Roger L. Jackson voicing Ghostface. So I'm excited for all three of those characters. Personally, I love guest characters. I think they're more interesting than MK characters usually, just because sometimes my worry is that MK character gets brought back. It's like, all right, cool, we're nice to see him back, and they suck gameplay wise, or their lore is bad or changed unnecessarily, or like I'm not even that upset if the lore has changed. It's just, I don't know. I have a soft spot for guest characters. I love alternate realities. I love multiverse. I love, things just having fun with the property and just bouncing around like, oh, what's going on here, Speaking of which, the expansion, DLC itself, Ultron Titan Havoc. I know everyone's clowning on it of the idea of, oh, well, it's just Ultron or Thanos because he has, like, quote-unquote, the Infinity Stones, but it's really, I'm assuming it's the Kamidagu. But I don't care. Like, it sounds cool, and I like Marvel, and I like alternate realities, and I like all this like power, and like I don't know. I don't see a problem with it. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be end the expansion with, Liu Kang and the main timeline stopping Titan Havoc's crap. So it's cool, but like I'm curious to see what they do in between before the end. Like, it's like what, because we know about the wedding for Scorpion and whatever, right? So I'm curious to see how that plays out. I don't mind the idea of, Titan Havoc essentially copying Marvel's homework. Like, it's like, alright, dude, whatever. Like, it works. Should be fun. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. It's not that lore and story is not my main thing for fighting games, but it should be fun, right? I don't think it'll be bad, right? The other thing we got was animalities and a whole bunch of costumes for pre-order or like available characters and stuff like that. The costumes, I don't really care because I can't see them, but it's nice to know that I have Scorpion 1995 on my Scorpion right now whenever I play him. And the animalities, like, that's kind of cool, right? Everyone becomes an animal and mauls the opponent. It's kind of cool. So generally, I'm looking forward to the expansion just because, mostly for Ghostface, Conan, and the T-1000. The lore is kind of secondary to me. Noob Saibot and gender-flipped Sector and Cyrax are not the most interesting to me just because I don't care for Noob at all, like literally at all. Sector and Cyrax, the main exposure I have for them is Triborg and MKX. I will say they were both represented, I think, fairly well as far as I'm aware. Maybe like Sector Cyrax with purists can, verify, but they both seem pretty cool. The thing I appreciated was that they had a bit of a flair for like grappler-esque things. Like Cyrex had like anti-air grabs. Like, I hope they keep that and they expand that a tiny bit more. I get they're not grapplers. I get they're not supposed to play like crazy, brawler grappler types. It's kind of nice having a little bit of a flair for a grapple or something like that for non-grapple characters, right? Like Takeda, right? He has the 2-4 1+3. It's like the ninja drop or whatever the hell it's called. That's pretty cool. So, what I think of the latest patch and the DLC, I'll say this: Takeda is probably the coolest main character we've gotten, in my opinion. Like, he's just nuts. The stuff he can do and the tech he has. The fact that at least to my knowledge, I have not been able to play him a whole lot, unfortunately, but he seems like he's difficult to use, and he has a lot of style, a lot of swagger, right? As far as like the combos and stuff, combo structures, and he is definitely a footsies character. Like, if you like to out-footsie your opponent and you like to outplay them hard, like with your range and stuff like that, and like that's what you like to do, you're gonna enjoy Takeda. Plus, you have to kind of know what you're doing. For his like Rekka, the fact he has a Rekka in MK1 is kind of nice. Like, we don't really do Rekkas here in MK. The last time I remember clearly having a Rekka was Tanya back in MKX. Well, Alien had a Rekka. So yeah, Takeda's really cool. Definitely the most interesting main character. Like, Omni-Man's kind of just skipped control of the character. Homelander's spam laser the character. Quan Chi, I think like thematically and the way things coalesce as far as like your normals and your game plan, your specials and stuff. I think Takeda and Quan Chi are both on par for me. I think Takeda beats Quan Chi as far as like interesting game plan stuff. I'm trying to think who else did I miss. Ermac, duh. Ermac is like the run cancel pressure kind of character, which is cool. Ermac has some interesting stuff. Plus, he's very stylish too. I don't know. I think Ermac and Takeda and Quan are like really cool as far as like what they were able to do with the characters. Homelander, Omni-Man, kind of You know, they're fun, sure, but not the greatest thing in the world. And then, who am I missing? Quan, Ermac, Homelander, Omni-Man, Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I don't really care, dude. Like, it's cool. We got John, and the voice and lightness and everything. And Peacemaker's show was really good, right? But what they made Peacemaker into was pretty much a jack of all trades. He couldn't really do anything poorly until now. Now he got nerfed to hell, so now no one's going to play him, right? Which is unfortunate, but it's just how things go. As far as the update, right? So what do we got? We have Farah and Takeda. I just mentioned Takeda. So Farah giving everyone 15% more health is pretty chunky, pretty nice. Everyone getting the pain and gain damage buff, which also can combo or can do combo starters because you do the pain and gain as they wake up, and you absorb a hit, and you can do your combos and stuff. Pain and gain itself is nuts, right? It's letting people do some crazy high damage. Farah having the ambush where she jumps on you in midair and pulls you out of stuff, and you can do combos and stuff with that for the full camo gauge. It's pretty nice. Reiko is probably the closest kind of feel to an actual grappler now, because if we look here, let's see here. So Reiko, what do you got, pal? So you have this. So you have a plus-up block mid-launch, a safe overhead launch, a safe low launch, and a treat to kill a command guy. This can actually cap it on block, and it's what, 10%, 12%, not a big deal. But it's a big deal, I think, because the damage buff adds to it, right? Right here. I'm not sure. I do have to worry about, figure out how to make Farah truly work all the way. I think she helps Reiko a good amount. Not as much, I think, as, Movado, Jen, or Tremor. But she's still fun to use, right? And then for Geras, I don't know yet. I haven't put as much time into Geras from Farah, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Natara is pretty cool now. So generally, the main things I can think of that were meaningful were Li Mei and Natara. They both got buffed meaningfully, and to the point where Natara is actually really dumb now, simply because you can just spam that freaking overhead kick and just make it safe, right? And then she has other quality life changes, like the blood sacrifice, allowing the blood projectile thing she has. The blood projectile thing can be an air special canceled after enhance, so it's like a combo starter thing. So it's she has something from a bit of a range. There's some interesting things going on for Natara. I think Natara's stocks went up just because of the fact you can be done with that overhead kick, and the way the kick can work in the combos, it's kind of stupid, with just the way the combo structure works. So she gets crazy good damage for not that much resource. Excuse me, sorry. And then Li Mei got a quality of life thing where her movement in her strings and her movement with pure walking is so much better. So now, for example, Brandon, our blind believer, he and I were fighting earlier today, and it was... I immediately noticed the fact that I couldn't just be dumb with Reiko anymore because my range outdid his range, because he could walk in and actually chase me down, or her Li Mei strings would actually chase me down. So it's oh, okay, I gotta play more patient here. But they're both good changes. Li Mei and Natara both got way better. Sub-Zero, I've seen him. People say he got better. Scorpion did get better. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to see how things play out. And then Scorpion cameo got really interesting stuff. Frost cameo got interesting stuff. Sector cameo, Gore cameo. A lot of cameos got pretty well off. And I'm genuinely optimistic and hopeful for the future of this game. The fact that the year 2 DLC is looking really cool, the fact that the latest update with Takeda and Farah brought a lot of good quality life changes, plus adding two a pretty good cameo and what I think is a pretty cool. I don't know about like tier list viability for Takeda, but he's really cool in concept. Like he's like Spider-Man, dude. He's like Spider-Man into MK, right? Because he has the hook swinging and like all the air combos, the side switching out. Like he has a bunch of crazy stuff going on for him, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm really curious to see where the game goes from here. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.